Rose Maggie High, everybody.
Bring it down.
Thank you for all recovering after us all watching the Monopoly Man almost die, too. That was a close call, man, so I appreciate you guys being here. You know, this is my first time performing back in my hometown in quite a while. It's been about a year, so I appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming out. Yeah, thank you so much. I like doing stand-up comedy, man, because I'm a single dad now, and it's one of the few ways I even get to get out of the house anymore, you know? But more importantly, I am one of the few single dads in this country to gain custody of his kid after a breakup, and I'm very proud of that fact. Thank you guys for clapping up. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I killed her mom, so it was pretty easy, you know what I mean? But kidding, obviously. I wouldn't be here right now, so. No, I have a new partner now, and so does my ex, actually, and my daughter loves them all. My new partner actually came with a son, which they are about 100 times harder to raise than a girl. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. Yeah, I'm finding that out now, you know? Like my daughter, for example, she never gets in trouble in school. My stepson, on the other hand, in trouble all the fucking time, you know? Like, I went and picked him up from his 3rd grade class the other day, and I went there, and the teacher looks at me and goes, well, Sawyer got in a little bit of trouble today. And I was like, oh shit, what happened? She goes, well, he told a group of 2nd graders that he was gonna kick them in the nuts and then suck their little penises. Yeah, you guys get to laugh. I had to hold my shit in, or else I have the problem immediately. So I looked at the teacher and I was like, man, I'm so sorry. I will talk to him. That's not okay. But also, if we're being honest, that's not a threat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a nice promise in most cases. You know what I mean? Or maybe even a job description for a dominatrix. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to tell you what he wants to be when he grows up. Teacher, Jesus. My daughter, though, I feel like these kids nowadays, they gotta grow up too fast. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but my daughter is only 9 right now, and she's already been doing like the whole crush on boy thing for like the past year or so. But recently, she actually just threw me for a loop. She told me that she has her first crush on a girl. Yeah, I know. And when she told me that, I was like, yes, let's go! Come on, man, give me 3, boy. No dicks ever. I did that shit, guys. That's every dad's dream. Come on now. I want that shit. You gotta keep the family. You gotta keep it, you know? See, I grew up in Palm Springs, man. You see, we've been woke since summer of '92. These people are late, so I'm like, that's why I feel like I'm a little bit behind on the whole gender and sex conversation. I feel like it goes right over my fucking head, you know? Like, to the point where I almost got my ass kicked recently by misgendering somebody. Yeah, I got introduced to a friend, my buddy introduced me to a friend of his, this big 6'8" Viking looking guy, you know? Yeah, except that Vikings have like purple hair and eyeshadow, you know what I mean? Like you look like a non-binary Thor, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had a girl recently yell out, he sounds hot, and I was like, he kind of was, I don't know, like, I'm straight, but from the neck up, I wasn't mad at it, you know, like, but, you know, he introduced me, and when he introduced me, I said, hey man, nice to meet you, and that was my mistake, because his response was, what the fuck did you just say to me? Now, I didn't know where I messed up at first, and he goes, I go by they, them, not man, get that shit right. And I was like, yeah, it makes sense that you identify as 2 people, because you're as big as 2 fucking people, you know, like, and judging by that reaction, it sounds like your pronouns should be stare and roids, my guy, like, calm it back a little bit, you know? But I want to be better though, so I looked at him, I was like, man, I'm sorry guys, some of you got that, like, like, I will get that right next time, don't worry. But then he turned it up a notch, and he was like, yeah, you will get that shit right next time, you ignorant bitch. No, I was like, oh man, because now I realize he's trying to punk me, you know, and I don't want that to happen, but I also don't want to get my ass kicked by Chris Hemsworth, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I want this conversation to end, you know? So I panicked. I don't know what to do, so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to turn it up a notch and say the craziest shit I can. Hopefully he doesn't want to fight me. So I looked at him, I was like, listen, motherfucker! I will kick you in the nuts and then suck your little penis, man! You don't know me, I'm fucking crazy! was into that, so Greg and I thought it was pretty cool. Like, some of you know me, some of you are like, that's pretty gay, Tyler. I thought you said you were straight. It's not gay, and I'm gonna tell you why it's not gay. Because you have to have sex with a man for it to be gay, and Greg doesn't have a gender. You ignorant bastards. Plus, I'm pretty sure now I think I've technically had a threesome, so I'm gonna count that one for me. You know what I mean? Now, I grew up here, man, and then, you know, like I said, you get used to all that. Like, I got to a point where I had, growing up in Palm Springs, you know, you have these moments where some shit like that happens. Like, I went to a coffee shop once, and I had a gay guy try to give me head in the coffee shop, you know what I mean? Yeah, and it was the barista. He was just trying to give me both the tips, you know? Like, because here's the thing, man, I love growing up in this community. The Pride community is awesome, you know? They will give you the best compliments ever, you know? Like, my girlfriend calls me handsome all the time. But the best compliment I ever got was from a gay guy stopping me in the club and telling me I look like Keanu Reeves dipped in gravy. I don't even know what that shit means, but it made me feel really fucking good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it made me feel good, you know? So when I went to this barista, he did the same thing, man. All I did was order my coffee, right? But after I ordered my coffee, he looked at me and he goes, "Okay, sir, do you need the restroom code with that?" And I was like, "I don't," and that's a weird fucking question to get asked after ordering a coffee, you know? But I ignored it, and then just handed him my money. But then as he was handing me my change, he rubs my hand and he goes, "Are you sure you don't need the bathroom code with that, sir?" And I was like, "I still don't." But I am interested now. What the fuck is going on in there, you know? So, but I ignored it again. I went and sat down, and then he calls me up a few minutes later, and he slides me the coffee, and then slides me the receipt and goes, "By the way, sir, I wrote the restroom code on the receipt for you." Gives me a wink and goes, "Just in case." Yeah, now I gotta know what the fuck's going on in that restroom, you know? Like, it's pretty built it up at this point, you know? So I walk over to the restroom, I knock in the code, I walk in, and you guys know what I found in there? My new favorite coffee shop, that's what I fucking found. A frat and a BJ for $7.50, you're not gonna beat that deal anywhere, you guys. Starbucks doesn't offer that shit, you know? I always like to teach my audience something for it. I want you guys to feel like you learned something tonight, you know, so I'm going to teach you guys a little something. I'll start with the men. Men, did you guys know that your lips are the same colors as the tips of your dicks? Yeah, and women, you laughing, you're not out of this yet either, alright? Women, did you know that your bottom lip is the same color as your nipples?
Yeah, I did know.
Yeah, you did. You're the first one ever. I'm gonna be honest with you. If any other women don't believe me, feel free to prove us wrong right now, you know? We can turn the rest of the show into a party, for sure. Before I go, guys, this is my favorite story to tell. And I gotta tell you guys, growing up in Palm Springs, I've told this story because it's happened in this hometown of mine 200 times telling comedy, you know? I've never been more excited to tell this fucking story tonight because there's a couple characters in this story that you guys are about to find out. For the first time ever, one of those other people in the story is in this fucking building. And a lot of people don't believe me when I tell this story and go, "Is that real?" If you guys don't believe me, you can ask this fucking guy in the Arizona State sweater after the next 3 minutes or so, alright? Because this is the story of watching my high school quarterback accidentally finish my best friend. Yeah, I know, that's the face I love to get. Jaws dropped like, "What the fuck did you just say right now?" Because see, what happened is one of our friends walked in one day, comes up to me and goes, "Hey man, I've always had this dream, right? I've always dreamt of watching porn on the big screen in your living room and masturbating to it." And I was like, "Man, you gotta get better dreams, my guy." Like, it's a low bar to clear, you know? But I'm not going to stand in the way of my friend and his dreams, so I gave him some lotion and Kleenex and sent him on his way, you know? But then my quarterback and this fucking guy walks into the room. And they go, "Hey, where's Kellen?" And I go, "He's in the living room right now, watching one of our favorite shows right now." And We're gonna let him do this on a solo journey, you know?
Quarterback did all right.
But then we discuss it for a little bit. We go out. We're like, all right, we're gonna mess with this guy. So we go into my kitchen because we can see into my living room, but the couch is blocking my buddy, so we can't see the part we don't want to see. But we can't see his head, and it's shaking like one of those hula dancers on the dash of the car, Just. So we know he's almost done. We know that's true, But then our quarterback gets this devious look on his face, and he goes, shh. We're like, where the fuck is this guy going right now? And he goes around the wall so my friend can't see him. And he jumps up and goes, ah! What? Slapped my friend in the dick. And he came. And me and this guy wondered, what the fuck we just saw happen right now? So to this day, if we talk to him, he'll still try to defend himself. He has tried to say that he thought my friend was mashing the button on a controller for a video game. I'm like, dude, there was a naked girl on the screen. What video games are you playing at home by yourself, So you guys can decide if you think that was an accident or not, I'll leave you guys with this to help you decide, though, all right? My quarterback never went on to do anything with football. He was a good football player, never went on to do anything with it, though. He did, however, open up a dope coffee shop in Palm Springs. Right down the street, guys. That I love going to, Thank you, guys. That's been great. My name's Tyler Campbell. Thank you for the love tonight.